This is Lee Sterling of ParamountSports.com. Today, I'm going to break down a game, the biggest game in the country. It is the Georgia Bulldogs, defending national champion Georgia Bulldogs, laying 13.5 points, taking on the always tough Clemson Tigers. This game is being played in Atlanta. Now, before I break down and give you this selection, let me let you know what's going on at Paramount Sports. Yep, our 31st season in business. We've won 29 out of 30 years. You want to hop on board for the season? $1,597. Or if you're not ready to make the leap, how about try us opening weekend? Every game we've got between 8 to 13 selections, including our first ever 40-unit release of the year or higher, where we're 65-23. That's right, 65-23 lifetime on these 40-unit major wager releases or higher. That's just $147. ParamountSports.com or 800-400-9741. Now, on to this game on Saturday, where Georgia is laying 13 points taking on Clemson. Now, Georgia won the national title last year. They have one of the top 2 or 3 quarterbacks, in my opinion, in Carson Beck. He will be back and should have another great year. He could be vying for the Heisman here. They only returned 14 starters, but if you look deeper, transfer portal is so important in college football. They averaged 40.1 points per game last year, and they supplemented that talent with Florida super speed back Trevor Etienne. He comes over from the Gators. Tight end Trevor Urasek from Stanford, and Colby Young from Miami. So it's really like they're returning 17 starters. It's a neutral site game, and how good has Georgia done over the last 28 times on a neutral site field? They've not only won almost every one, they are 19-9 against the spread. And the thing that everyone seems to forget is special teams. They had the number 4 special teams last year, and they should be just as good this year. Clemson, suffering that way, 107th rated special teams. Clemson returns 13 starters, but not one, that's right, not one transfer to push this team, which was 9-4 last year, to what I think will be greater heights this year. So the offense last year for Clemson, not very good, just 29.8 points per game. They only had 24 points in overtime against Florida State. And that game was, like I said, in overtime. 7 versus Duke, 17 versus wretched Wake Forest, 17 versus NC State, and only 16 versus downtrodden South Carolina. Are you kidding me? Cade Klubnik, I mean, he looks great in warm-ups. He looks great against some of these bad teams, but he has just not gotten it done since he took over in the 2023 Orange Bowl game against Tennessee. So the body of work, 14 games. I just don't see it in big games here. Sometimes you got to lay it if you want to play it. Georgia Bulldogs cover easily 31-13 over Clemson. You want to hop on board and make money? Just one place, ParamountSports.com.